mountains. So we're in Blackberry, Kentucky, and this is actually Hauntophobia, which is a really, really cool haunted house. I've gone a couple times. It's a lot of fun. I think it's voted the #1 haunted attraction in Kentucky the year before last. I think they were closed last year because of COVID, but it's also old school. But that is not why we're actually here. We're here because of this site right here, right next to the Blackberry Fire Department. So we're going to walk up there and check it out. So a lot of people think that the Asa Harmon McCoy killing was part of the Hatfield McCoy feud, and it really wasn't. It wasn't related to Hatfield McCoy's. It was related to the fact that he was a Union soldier in highly Confederate area, and they didn't trust him. So the rumors started that he was a spy, that he was stealing their livestock, all kinds of crazy stuff. But him and his wife Martha Klein, lived in these mountains around here in an old log cabin. It's long gone now, but he came home for Christmas on a furlough to visit his family. They had 7 children, and while he was here, Devil Anse had what was called the Logan Wildcats. It was him and 85 other people. It wasn't just him, actually. It was Jim Vance, his uncle, and 83 other people, but you don't really ever hear about them. It was also the unofficial name of the 34th Infantry out of Virginia. What is very interesting, though, that we didn't know is that Asa Harmon McCoy is a direct descendant of Leo.
Leo's a direct descendant of him.
Yeah, sorry. Leo's a direct descendant of Asa Harmon McCoy, which makes it, interesting. But what really brings us here is that there's not a whole lot of information online about Asa and where he's buried. I don't think his gravesite has ever been shown. So we did a little bit of research, and we think we may know where he's buried. So our goal today is to find that grave.
We're going to show you a few of the other interesting spots. And we'll go on from there. And we're going to go to the old graveyard that was moved because of the railroad.
So the sad thing is, after Asa Harmon McCoy was killed, apparently they tracked him down and killed him near a cave here, which no one really knows where that cave is either, but it's close to this sign, they think. It left his wife, Martha, a widow with 7 children, and back then it was even more hard than now. You can't just go apply at the welfare department for food stamps and help. You just kind of had to rough it. So after he died, she did get his body and brought him to the family cemetery of the Kleins and buried him there. But as Leo was saying, a railroad came through there, and they had to move Martha and Asa's body. So we're going to try to find where he is now buried, her and him.
The old one and the new one.
The old one and the new one. So it should be an interesting video, hopefully.
Okay, we are just a little ways up from where we just were. This is the Blackberry Park right here. And there's a little pond right over there, some ducks, a little senior center up top. But anyhow, no one's really for 100% for sure. It's been lost over the years. Speculation reigns. But when I was little, there was a cave not far, right down here, that we were always told, was the cave. I don't know for sure, obviously, like I said, it's all speculation. But still, this is real close. This is like a couple 100 yards from where the actual sign was. And, anyway, thought I'd show y'all this on the way through. Look over here. The leaves changing color. See the gold ones.
Fall is here.
Starting.
So we're headed to DeLorme West Virginia, which is, we're kind of in the outskirts of Maitland, West Virginia right now. And hopefully we can find Asa Harmon and his wife's grave and be the first ones to put it on YouTube. It's like by someone's house.
It's behind the church.
Can we go in there now?
Church property.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's church.
So we have found it, but it seems to be kind of in someone's backyard. But it's also across the street from the church, so we are related to them. So I think this house is abandoned. There's actually some like little tombstones that's sitting over here. It's out of the way. Kind of broke, tossed to the side, so. No.
We are in the graveyard where we believe Asa to be. The train tracks where they had to move them from, you can see the hillside right there. The train comes around the hillside and goes back out and around that way. So either way, you know, we're just a little short distance from where the graves were moved from, any way it goes. Now, they are really, as you can see, really overgrown. And I'm just kind of trying to work my way through here, you know, looking for some of the older ones to see if we can maybe see a name. We may get lucky, who knows.
William Nord. So if you find a Martha or any Kleins,
Right. Some of them are just rocks. Some of them are buried in the grass.
I don't know, this is like a needle in a haystack. A needle in a weed stack.
There's a tall one. That one's just a rock. See, some of them are just rocks. Some of them are buried in the grass. You don't see them until you walk right up on them and hit them. And that one, steel. Chapman. It's very weedy. It's up these here. That's up to my chest. There's more on out through there too. We're going to look around right here. Here's another one I can get to. Mounts. Mounts. Yeah. There's an old one there. Looks maybe military. Looks like James Murphy. Murphy. I'm gonna head back down into the deep stuff. Ellard.
Did you happen to see whose name is on this one?
That one's a Murphy. It's a military headstone. Probably World War II or something. I'm gonna head down into the weeds here. Going by a whole bunch of regular, they're not regular graves. I mean just stones. Veda. H-A-R Harls, H-A-R-L-S. That one has no name at all. Very weedy, very wet. Hurricane Ian just passed through. But it's a Saturday. We're off. Some of it's pretty deep. You can't get into it at all. And there's a whole lot of little ones. They're just like so. If you'd run up on it, you wouldn't even know it. If you even saw it. But we'll head back here. Looks like somebody's been keeping the grass cut back there. The back side of it. Okay, this one is Fisher. Dale. One down the hill there. Another Dale. And the bottom one is, hang on, Dale. There's 3 of those. It's somebody's dog. Hello, puppy dogs. There's one. Cannot really make a whole lot out on that one. It looks like it's one of those shield ones. This is an old one. This is a Civil War era. Ooh, is that Vance? V-A-L. We'll get it home. We'll look at the video and see if we can enhance it a little bit. Looks like maybe George something. Across the top, George. We'll see. We'll get that home. We'll see if we can't tell something more about it. There's an old one. There's an old one there as well. You're fine. That one is, I don't see a name. Can't make out any name at all. Hello, puppy. Hi there. Alright. No name there. There's something on it. There's a bunch of writing on it. Maybe do a rubbing on that one or something. See if we can't tell what the writing says. There's a bunch. And here's something. There's one. Can't tell anything. It's an old one. There's Heather out through there. Born 1902. The new. Huh. My last name. Of course, mine's a married name, doesn't count. Darlene. Ollie. Some of them aren't. Some of them are, that's just a cinder block. You know? I think we're going to have to try this again in the winter when all the weeds are gone. Look at that bunny rabbit. Pauline something. William. No, that's not them. There's really no way of telling. We could have looked right at it and didn't even know it.
Huh? Mounts?
Yeah. There's an old one there. Maybe military. Murphy. I'm gonna head back down into the deep stuff.
Yeah, we may have to head back here when some of these weeds are gone, winter.
Yeah, after first fall.
But what we do know is that he's here somewhere.
He's supposed to be here somewhere.
Did you happen to see whose name is on this one?
That one's a Murphy.
Murphy.
A military headstone. Probably World War II or something.
This is kind of a shame, man. Green or Coleman. It's a Coleman. Coleman. Rosie Coleman.
And yeah, there's Heather. I'm gonna head over, see if she had any luck.
So no luck so far. But it is sad what condition these graves are in, honestly. I mean, for all you know, one of these with nothing on it could be his. I mean, we're talking about a really old marker. Veda Harris. What we do know is that he's here somewhere. So this was the Klein family cemetery, well, where it was moved to. Asa Harmon McCoy is here. And his wife, Martha. And you would think someone in the Hatfield McCoy feud would have a historical marker or something to set him apart. So I picked a good day to wear my new red Converse. Check that out. It's hilarious. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get out of here down this hill without slipping. Oh man. Fudge. It was really steep. Oh, the things I do for YouTube. I hope the snakes are asleep. And I'm free. For my feet. Look at those mountains though. Huh? What?
Found some Civil War infantry graves.
Cool.
That would be the same time frame.
The no names?
You couldn't read them. I found a whole bunch that you couldn't read. I got them on video.
So we're going to head over to where we think the Klein cemetery was.
Used to be.
And then it got moved for, as you can hear, the train, the railroad. We didn't find Asa, but we do know, where he is. He is here, and maybe if we can find him, we can get some kind of, historical marker or something here. As far as I know, I've never really heard anybody talk about where he is, but anyways, that's some seedy stuff.
Yeah. A little bit wet too.
Alright, we're gonna head over to somewhere. So the cemetery would have been along here somewhere. There's a small family cemetery. You can only get so far in these kind of quests, you know. You're just looking up old information. He said, she said, some factual, some not. And you can only go as far as you can go. So, and this is as far as we can go on this one for now, until we can get back to maybe when the weeds are down. Look at the tombstones a little better. Okay, so apparently right here where we are, you just never know when you're going to run across this stuff. This is the land that Devil Anse actually swiped from Perry Klein in a lawsuit. He got 500 acres that his dad left him, which is one of the reasons why Perry Klein despised the Hatfields.
Right. Supposedly Perry got a bunch of trees from Devil Anse's property and sold the timber, and Devil Anse was awarded a bunch of Perry Klein's land as payment, and it didn't sit well with him. And later on in years, you know, that's why he hated the Hatfields just as much as Randall McCoy did.
And gunshots.
Yeah, welcome to West Virginia. You ready to start?
Start what?
Oh, you already?
Oh. All right, well.
This is the spot where the track goes through. The beginning of Edgerton, you know, it's Delorme area. It's right there. Comes right around through here, comes right back up behind and goes that way. That's the end of it. You go right over here is Freeburn, Kentucky. Right over there is the historic marker for the park here. We just showed you that, where it shows how, you know, how this was the land that that Devil Anse got from Perry Klein and all that kind of stuff. But the point is, the original graveyard was moved because of the rail line. Now, I don't know of anybody who can, you know, definitively say it was exactly here, this spot. But it begins right there. It ends right here. I 100% just now showed you the site where the original grave was. It was either there, somewhere along this little stretch, right here, and there's the end of it, because that's where the tracks go back out into the, follow the river on back up from there. It's just a little wide spot, like a lot of the communities, you know, here in southern West Virginia. I mean, you could just about throw a rock from one end of this town to the other. You know, that's how little it is. It's a very small community. One post office, one gas station, one grocery store. And Mate One is back down that way about 6, maybe 10 miles, something like that. And we are headed back down toward the graveyard over here. And there's Heather waiting on me. Just wanted to show you the little spur line where they added. Get up here, you can actually see it. It goes right through there. And right here, there's just this little, kind of a little loop, like a bow, and then it goes and turns back to the left. Somewhere right in here was where the original graveyard was at.